I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I didn't get any.
There's no additions.
All right, we can dive right in. We have the consent agenda with the financial report and claims, personnel recommendations, minutes for approval, and donations. Were there any questions, comments from anybody? And if not, can I get a
Move to approve the consent agenda.
all right, can I get a second?
I'll second.
All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, items of action. First one, request approval of clinical affiliation agreement with the Greenwood Villages South.
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
We can, perfect.
Okay, so, we used to be with Otterbein down in Franklin. We've moved to Greenwood Village South for the, just how close it is to our school. So, we needed to have an agreement, and so we've run this through our attorney and made sure that everything's good on our side. We just need approval to, have the agreement with them.
All right, did anybody have any questions for Bill or anyone else on the clinical affiliation agreement? All right, if not, can I get a motion of approval?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All right, all
Linda
those,
can have it.
all right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. All right, motion passes. Request approval of aviation technology instruction service agreement.
Yeah, so when we first started with Vincennes, we had an agreement. It's probably 5 years old now, so we realized we just need an updated one. And so this is the updated version of our, essentially our aviation management program with Vincennes. We no longer are doing flight, but so it's basically just a renewal, but it had been a long time since we had one that was current, so.
Was there any language that needed to be updated?
No, it's really the same thing as we've had, just the update. And I did make sure, because it had been a while, just had our attorney check it out again, also because I wanted to make sure that everything looked good. So we're in good shape with this also.
I move we approve the aviation technology instructional service.
Second.
Any other questions? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. All right, motion passes. 3.3, request approval of the 26-27 school calendar.
Yes, we've started waiting until all of our participating school systems have approved their calendars. And so we lay ours on top of everyone else's to get the best situation for every day having as many students here as possible. So the calendar presented to you reflects that. And then our starting date actually would be in August instead of July this time. And the other big change is that instead of a 2-week fall break, it's a 1-week fall break. So everything else is very similar to what we had this year.
So which schools have a 1 week fall break versus 2 weeks? You have one?
Right.
We used to have two and then went to one at fall and 1 week at Thanksgiving.
That's what Greenwood does too.
It's kind of nice.
It is nice.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Do you get out earlier then, or start later?
It's pretty comparable, really.
Pretty comparable. We have a 2 week spring break.
Yeah.
That's what lengthens it.
Mhm.
Okay.
But it does, like this year, we started July,
30. We were like,
we were 30, we were like 29 or something.
okay, we were right around there.
It was like,
It's
Yeah.
still,
That's
you're still not
pretty
getting
close.
into August to start
Yeah.
the year.
No.
yeah. With breaks like that, there's no way of, you know, in my day, we started after Labor Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just not a big fan of the 2-week fall break, 2-week spring break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the 1 and 1.
It is nice,
That's
because a
kinda
lot of
nice.
people do travel for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So-
I think
Yeah.
the teachers like the longer
The
Christmas
teachers
break.
really, the staff is what kind of pushed it to be a full week at Thanksgiving. Because normally you had that Wednesday before, and that's not enough for staff or travel,
Right.
if you're driving and stuff.
Well, thank you for making that change, because I think that'll
Yeah.
help, you know,
Yeah.
other schools change, so.
This is about our, I don't know, 4th year doing it now, finally.
We've been doing it a while.
Yeah.
When I worked there, it was still just the 1 and 1.
Plus
Off
the-
the, like off the staff.
2 weeks of fall break really messed up sports teams.
Yes.
I know that's not a priority, but it
It's the same way with the 2-week spring break. He gets into the spring sports
you
as
can get
well.
into
and
the
Right.
spring sports.
Essentially, the athletes don't get to take fall break or spring break.
We said it that only 1 week of it can be rehearsals. I'm a theater guy. Can be practices. And then the other week the coaches can't say you have to be at something. So that the family can have at least 1 week. Or when it used to be that way.
When it used
I
to be
don't
the
know
2
if the
weeks.
1 week now, where the coaches can say they have to be there or not. I'll have to check it
I
out.
think most of them do, because like there's like football games going on
Yeah,
that
there's
week.
football games
and-
going on, so they
yeah.
probably do on that.
And I think
I like it
soccer-
because it falls right at the end of the first 9 weeks. So the kids get a little chance to reset and the teachers can reset from that, you know, after the 9 weeks, you kind of know the pattern of your kids.
Yep.
So you can do some resetting if you're not sitting on the beach somewhere. But you know teachers,
They need their
we
breaks
do
too.
things no matter where we are.
Yeah. Might have to bring it up. All right. We get a motion to approve the 26-27 calendar.
I'll make that motion.
For a second.
Second.
All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. All right, motion passes. Welcome. We started without you. We decided we were gonna be efficient,
Yes, no,
beat
I-
any kind of weather.
I
Sorry about
apologize
that,
for
Becky.
anything.
All right, you're up for director's comments.
Yeah, I did meet with superintendents and principals last week, and I shared notes on that in my Friday board notes. I am planning on scheduling individual meetings with superintendents here in the next month and a half to continue following up with recommendations from my evaluation, but also just, it's really important to look at where Central 9 fits in with the CTE plans for each school district. How do we remain viable? How do we work in partnership? How do we collaborate? And how do we make the future of CTE work well and for the high schools and for Central 9? So getting those set up, Laura's been working on that. Of course, I'm at our national ACTE conference here in Nashville, and everything is all about AI. Every session is about AI. And so we've been doing a lot of that at C9. Mike Kawanta has been heading that up along with Michelle Augustine to help teachers implement various strategies in their classrooms. So felt pretty good about that. I'm the one who's behind the curve on that though. But I did learn what vibe coding was, so I feel really up to date. So I can take whatever AI request I have and then give it a little vibe coding and it'll look better and everything's gonna be great. So I guess those are all my comments because I'm not being efficient, so I'll stop right now.
Yeah, and with that, I'm sure you heard, or if not, Chase will talk to you about the grant that we received from Lilly. So
Right.
Franklin Township will be engaging in some expansion for sciences, specifically probably medical, on the medical health sciences side of it, but elsewhere. So I don't know if other schools got any of the Lilly grant money or not, but I mean, huh? Yeah. So, I mean, I think that, again, just emphasizes the importance of really good communication and collaboration to talk about what we can do together, collaborating, and I don't, how we can really work together. So.
It's pretty exciting.
It is very exciting, but I definitely don't want to take from here either. I want to make sure that all of our students are, working together and we're not, making sure that that's all working together. So, some good opportunities for kids.
Absolutely.
And it's also filling some funding gaps that we're having at the local levels too, so, I don't know. But, anything else for us?
No.
All right. Student of the months were sent out, so we had those. And we got our upcoming dates and events, if anybody had any questions on that. Those are there as well. Right, high school division update.
But we are still fully staffed, so that's a really great thing.
It's always good to hear every month.
And
Huge accomplishment.
Next semester, though, we will start our search for a smart manufacturing instructor program we're planning to implement for the 26-27 school year. In terms of our professional learning, last couple of months have focused on innovative strategies to improve classroom management. In the coming months, we'll reflect on those topics, also talking about fundraising opportunities to support the Meaningful Incentives program, which will be a useful part of classroom management. In January, we'll have instructors engaging in a learning styles workshop, and we'll teach them how they can use that with students to support student success. We're also looking at implementing Ghost or collegial walks. We haven't quite decided on a name yet, but Mr. Sean Martin, our curriculum and instructional specialist, and myself are working with the Guiding Coalition to implement these in the second semester. Essentially what it is low stakes peer learning experience where instructors can walk through colleagues' rooms and collect ideas. We're toying with some different ideas and things we can do with that, with Post-its and leaving notes and comments and questions. They're designed to build trust, spark reflection, and share practical ideas. In terms of enrollment, all juniors completed the registration process here in the Commons on Wednesday, December 3rd. On Friday, the registration process rolled out to the counselors for incoming students, and that process will continue over the next several months. Student services update. They've been visiting partner schools to share information about Central 9, support career exploration efforts, and engage in early recruitment for future students. To further support student readiness, resume workshops were delivered across multiple programs, helping students strengthen their employability skills and prepare for upcoming opportunities. And in terms of evaluation, Mr. Freda and I are wrapping up our first round of observations. Any questions?
How's enrollment look?
Really good so far.
Are there programs that we feel like have gaps where we are looking to recruit a few more students for next year, or?
Can't give you that answer.
Okay.
If I could look at the spreadsheet,
Yeah,
I could, but
that's
I don't
okay.
have that right in front of me.
That's all right. As long as
It
you're
is super
pleased
early.
with, as long as you're pleased with the initial, numbers, that's probably the best.
your resume workshops, or like mock interviews that you go over, or is it just strictly resume building?
It's touched upon, it's just strictly resume building. It's about a half hour, 30 to 60-minute session that our Career Pathways Counselor puts on with the individual groups.
Do you guys do any kind of interview preparedness type things?
So a lot of our programs have that built in,
Do that.
and then anybody who signs up for the governor's work ethic certification, part of that process of earning the certification, they do have to engage in a mock interview.
Okay,
Right,
great.
those here.
I've taken part in that as an interviewer.
That's right.
Sometimes you kind of have to push things aside and talk to the kid.
Right, that's what that's kind of what I was getting at, because,
They come in for welding and they're in flip-flops and a t-shirt. So let's discuss this.
right, okay.
Because they're supposed to come in resume ready and dressed for their job, right? Yeah.
So did you do it in person or
Yeah,
remote
we
interviewing?
We usually do it in this
Yeah.
room.
do them in here and just, I'll be at a table, and students sit down just like they're coming into an office. It's very interesting. You run into some students I'd hire in a minute. And then others, you have to kind of talk to them for a while.
Any other questions?
But it's a cool thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, anytime you need help with interviews or whatever, I'm sure any of us would probably do it, but you're welcome to
Yeah, we
call
would.
and remote or in person, because I think, you know, with these students, they're probably having to do both, right? So,
And she gives us questions. So you're not, you know, have to come up with, you know, pretending to be some interviewer.
Yeah.
The questions are there to kind of follow and so
Mhm.
forth. And after your first one, it makes it pretty easy.
yeah, wow. And I've interviewed some people, so, but yeah, definitely guidelines of what the expectations are for the school, but yeah. I'm sure any of us would probably be willing to do whatever.
It's
So,
interesting to talk
yeah.
with the kids.
Yep. All right, any other questions for the high school update? All right, adult education, I think you're up.
Okay. I think we don't have a personnel report, so we'll jump right into asking your approval to move expenditures from one fund to another. And these are out of our last year's grants moving into the new year's grants. So cleaning up the old and turning them off. I guess that's everything. Yeah.
Before we approve the expenditure move, any questions for Michelle on, are these closing, so you mentioned closing them out, but are you closing all these out totally, or,
Those are last year's grants.
okay,
so
yeah,
it's-
24, 25,
Yep.
says. So are you closing out the 24, 25s?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions, Michelle? Do we get a motion to approve the expenditures moved?
So moved.
Second?
Whomever.
All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, motion approved.
Thank you. Here's our enrollment for this month. Again, remember, Jackie, you haven't been here in a minute, so we were slow to start our English language learner classes because of our federal funding, so that's why it's only at 17. Our high school equivalency students were at 314, so we're about where we should be there. It's just our English language learners are super slow to come back, and they have to have all the right documentation to come into our classes, which is
To
different.
even
than-
start.
Correct. Yeah.
Do you think that's gonna continue for quite a while?
My opinion.
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
So once they get the documentation, what's the staying power, in other words?
They they're here until we have to check again next year when in enrollment.
Well, I mean, as far as them showing up to
Oh.
class,
How is their attendance?
yeah.
Yeah.
To
They're golden once they get here.
good.
English language learner adults come, they would come every day if they could.
So you had 297 last year? Is that
Yes.
what that?
Mm-hmm. So this year we're higher than where we were.
Numbers say a lot.
And then here's our success story. I think this went out a little bit, so you could have read it. Very interesting young man. His family's went through a lot. And he's went through a lot, but I think they're out on the other side now, which is we don't have goals yet, so I don't know if we would ever want this year. So,
All right. Any other questions for Michelle? All right. All right, moving right along. Public comments? We're looking at you, kid. Nothing? All right, board member comments?
I work downtown at the Hyatt. They're always having conferences there and stuff. And a couple weeks ago, they had a STEM aviation conference. And so I kind of snuck into it during
Awesome.
my lunch break. And it was simply amazing. I mean, they had simulators. Some were what a cockpit would look like. And then they had some that would look like a video game. But it was amazing how STEM was incorporated into this stuff. And I touted C9 as much as I could. And so hopefully one of them is going to reach out to somebody here about it, because it was really interesting, and I don't know if we can get anything out of it, but I thought it might be worth having somebody talk to them. They acted like it was free, but nothing's ever free, but I thought it was worth talking to somebody, so. That's all. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, anything else? I know, well, you know when weather's coming, we gotta get out of here. Well, and Bill's not here in person, so. All right, well, with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Yeah,